So guys, here, if you are not angry, I give up on you. So it says that those who stare at you, they ponder your fate. Is this the man who shook the earth and made kingdoms tremble? Guys, this is the guy, guys, who is responsible for all the kingdoms here on earth. Guys, we look at these kingdoms, they are kings and queens, and guys, you think it's God is not even involved. Believe me when I tell you, the one who's seated in the third heaven, the one, guys, who's seated there, the one who wrote the word, is not involved in any of the kingdoms here on earth. It's Satan. He is the guy who shook the kingdom and made the kingdoms tremble. He's busy, guys. He's busy giving kings and queens. You know, we call these people queens and all, and you give them respect they don't even deserve. Guys, I'm telling you, there's not even a single king or a queen who deserves my respect. Guys, I'm gonna tell it like it is. Guys, it's just the way it is. You know, guys, with me, the only person who ever walked on earth who deserves my respect, it's that guy, it's Jesus. Because guys, he's the only guy who was able to defeat the flesh. He was the only guy who was able to obey that man upstairs. The rest are just hypocrites. Guys, you know, so I sit and I'm like, my Lord, I respect you. I've got so much respect, guys, for that dude, that even if he were to tell me to eat shit, I'm telling you, I will eat it because of the respect I have for that dude. The respect, guys, and he deserves it. He's the only wise guy. You know, guys, the only wise guys. You know, guys, that human beings became fools by default when Adam died spiritually. I'm telling you, guys, we became fools by default. And when you enter the spirit realm and you see things and you like, damn, we can't even learn about these things at school, you know, because here, guys, it's the world of science. You know, science rules. You know, it's the kingdom where science rules, and people want to hear about science, and they cannot really search the science of the spirit because they can't enter there. Guys, it's beyond their pay grade. Guys, I'm telling you, science, guys, spiritual realm is beyond scientists' pay grade. So they rather say the spirit realm doesn't exist instead of saying we don't know. Guys, how about you say you don't know? I'm telling you, if you can say you don't know, guys, if you can enter that realm, I mean, guys, if you can speak to Paul and Paul says, I've been to that heaven, I've been to paradise, therefore I know that the spirit realm exists, and I know A, B, C, and D, and you tell me that, well, I don't believe it, I believe in science, and the guys, Paul will be like, you are a fool, you are a fool. And Paul will understand, because guys, after Adam died spiritually, our eyes, guys, things happened. You know, guys, Genesis 3, people behave as if Genesis 3 never really took place. Guys, things happened in Genesis 3. Human beings became fools. Guys, we became fools of the earth. And the worst part is that we are fools and we are proud of being fools. We don't even want to take from Jesus. Even those who open churches and carry Bibles don't even believe in Jesus. They changed his message. So we are fools who are proud to be fools. Guys, it's just so strange. But guess what? Nothing anyone can do about it. Here we are saying that Satan, guys, for some time, he succeeded. Is this the man who shook the earth and make kingdoms tremble? Guys, talking about Satan, he really messed up things. Every kingdom here on earth, guys, is ruined because of Satan. Believe me. You know, guys, the man upstairs is not involved in anything that is done here on earth. Believe me when I tell you that. I know you won't believe it, because people really want to say whatever nonsense they are doing is God's, because people want to rub shoulders with that man upstairs. Unfortunately, guys, if it doesn't bark like a dog, it's a hyena. I always say that, guys, people are barking hyenas. People are barking hyenas. Churches are barking hyenas, and we want to say it's a dog bark. Unfortunately, it's a hyena bark. We are barking hyenas. Guys, if it doesn't sound like it, it's not it. It's simple as that. The man who made the world a wilderness, who overthrew its cities and will not let his captives go home. You know, guys, what that means? That was verse 17. The man who made the world a wilderness, who overthrew its cities and would not let his captives go home. I mean, guys, this is the guy who will not let people get saved. The guy would not allow them. You know, if you read the Gospel of Matthew 13, Jesus says that the pathway will never even understand. Satan will snatch away the word. The moment they hear, Satan will snatch it away. Why? He does not want even people to hear of it. He doesn't want people, guys, to hear of it. If guys, I sit and I look at Satan and I'm like, damn that dude. He doesn't want captives to go home. You know, guys, Jesus on the cross, he was there and he cried, and then he went down there and he preached to those souls there. And guys, he took the keys and he opened the cell. Therefore, people, guys, are able to get out of that cell, meaning people are able to be free and remove the sin of Adam and remove the seed of Satan and remove the nature of Satan. But people will not listen. Satan will not allow his captives to go home. Guys, if you're not angry, I give up on you. If you're not angry, I give up on you. People are telling you excuses. We can't worship Jesus because of A, B, C, and D. You know, we don't believe in the word. Guess what? You might not believe in the word. That man upstairs will reveal himself to those he wants to reveal himself to. So you would say you don't believe in him because science does not reveal him. Guess what? There is the sun. There is the moon. There is the cloud. There is the sea. So if you tell me that you don't believe in his existence, then there's nothing I can do about it. If you think that all these things were created by aliens, well, you rather believe in aliens than in God. You are a fool. You are a fool. If your grandmother cannot create these things, I mean, guys, the only thing I can erect is a swimming pool, not a sea. The only thing, guys, I can erect or invent is a light bulb. Not the sun, not the moon. I cannot create a world. I can build a house. I can be an architect and build a house, but not the world. We can do those fakey, useless things, but he does the real things. Yet we sit and we say he doesn't exist. You are a fool. A fool you are. This guy will not let his captives go home. That guy, Jesus, he came down here. He brought the blood. Are you telling me that that man upstairs, he brought the only son, the firstborn, the beloved, the one who never did anything wrong to him, to go to the cross and suffer so much at the head of those rebels? Pins going through his hands. Nails, guys, going through his hands. That crown of thorns. Those 39 stripes, carrying that heavy log. And you're telling me that daddy, he allowed that to happen to his son for sweet nothing? Then you are a fool. You are a fool. A fool you are. Foolish you are. Brutish you are. Satan will not even allow you to sit and think about it. You won't even consider. You know, guys, when someone won't even consider, you won't even consider. You know, the Israelites, guys, they could not even consider Jesus' message. The only thing they kept in mind was how we're going to kill him. They couldn't even go to the word and find out from the Old Testament what was written about the Messiah. They couldn't. The only thing they thought was how they can get bags and put stones so that when he starts speaking, they will throw stones at him. Those fools. Guys, I'm telling you, Satan will not even let his captives go home. And you are okay with it. Guys, I'm angry with this. That the guy will not even allow you to go home. You can't even get rid of that seed, that nature of Satan. When I tell you that you are a sinner, you just become so angry and you become offended. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to offend you. The only thing I am doing is to make sure. The only thing I'm doing is to make sure that you understand that you are a sinner by default. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. You know, yesterday I was speaking to my niece and I was telling him, because he's still young, I was telling him, listen, around the age of 18, whether I'm around or not, you need to get saved. You have to get saved and get rid of Satan's seed. Get rid of the nature of Satan. I explained things to him and he was like, so we've got the nature of Satan. Yes, it's not your fault. Don't be offended. It's not your fault. All of us are like that. So around 18, because you see, guys, I see it and I'm like, right now their minds, their brains are underdeveloped. They don't understand anything. God forbid, should anything happen to him, he won't go to hell. He still doesn't understand anything. He's still young. But there comes a time where I don't know if 18 is actually a time where their brains, are developed. I don't know. I think they are still developing, but I don't know. I was just telling him that around 18, you must make sure that you get saved, even if you do it in your room alone, because he was telling me, hey, but churches, which church do I go to? And I'm like, if I tell you to go to any church, I'll be lying to you. I'll be sending you straight to Satan, because pastors are busy with money, busy with earthly blessings, busy with riches. And he was listening to that message and saying, so we're not supposed to be loving the things of the world. Guys, I was explaining stuff to him, you know. And as angry as he was like, well, I do understand. It makes sense. It's sad, it's sad. And I know it's going to be hard even on him as well. I was, guys, at the end of the day, no matter how hard it is, I have to explain. And when he's of age, I want him to also listen to this this podcast, so that he will get the truth and make his own decision. At the end of the day, I want him to know that the word of God is the only source of information. He mustn't rely on pastors. Pastors are busy. They want money. They, 4x4s, and mentions bills for them, so I can't send a child to such. Even Jesus would tell me that I am a fool myself if I were to do that. I cannot destroy Jesus's child. So it's guys, at a certain age, when he's of age, he can make his own decision and decide. It's hard, guys. Satan will not let anyone go home. He won't let his captives go home. So the only thing you can do for a person, really, guys, is giving them the truth, and that is love. I am loving you. You might not be loving this kind of love, but this is love. Believe me, Jesus said, love them as I loved you. A new command I give you, love one another. And guys, we are to love like Jesus loved. You tell the truth, and when people do about it, it's their choice, it's their business, it's their prerogative. So it's the same thing I want to do, is to let people know the truth. What I do about it is their prerogative. For you have destroyed your land and killed your people. Guys, that is Satan. Let the offspring of the wicked never be mentioned again. Here, guys, Satan was busy, because we are busy, guys, worrying about science, this, science, that. Guys, science is accurate, more or less the same, but their findings are actually sourced from a dead world that, was able, or was made to suit Satan after Adam died spiritually. You understand? So you need to understand all of those things. So they will go about researching stuff, researching things, and they come back with things, and I'm like, yeah, I believe those things. They're actually right, 100% right, but they are founded on deadness. So there are things that you need to understand, you need to know, so that you won't say, oh, your results are not true. They are true. They are true. Their results are true. It's just that they are founded on deadness. It's just that the spirit realm is actually above their pay grade. And because they don't want to say we don't know, they will tell you that, well, it doesn't exist. God doesn't exist. Spirit realm doesn't exist. They will tell you about schizophrenia, telling you about multiple personalities, and Jesus will tell you demons are there in that person. You're telling me about, it's one thing. If it makes you sleep better at night, it's okay. You can call it multiple personalities and schizophrenia, but Jesus will tell you that a demon is there. Simple as that, guys. At the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. People need to know what they do. Guys, people's beliefs are their beliefs. They just won't take away God's word. It's just the way it is. People's beliefs are not that important. My beliefs, guys, are not that important. Your beliefs are not that important. What is important, though, is Jesus' beliefs. Simple and straightforward, guys. We need to know that. So Satan, guys, here was busy. Very busy, and guys, for some time he really did manage. So it's time that you fight back. You have the blood, you have the word, or